Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. This is Mike, and I'm going to talk about three films that I went out to see at a theater. Can you believe it? I went to the movies three times this week. So I'm hoping that my long dry spell of not ever going out to the movies is finally over. We shall see. And getting the spirit to go out and be among the folks again with the mask in place and all that stuff. Because they had the rules about COVID. You had to keep the mask on during the whole thing unless you were eating or drinking, which means that a lot of people that go, they're constantly shoving something in their mouths, so they take their mask off all the time. I don't really do that, but I did take my mask off a couple times. Anyway, so I went in the afternoon to these movies because it's quieter and there just aren't that many people around. I thought that's a good way to, well, that's actually my favorite time of the day to go to a movie anyway, when it's just a little less chaotic, a little less populated. So I went to see three films that I would recommend to all of you if you haven't seen them yet. The first one is House of Gucci. Great cast of actors: Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Jared Leto, Jeremy Irons, Al Pacino, all very, very good in this film. Now, House of Gucci, of course, is based on real life happenings, real life people, but I don't remember any of this stuff. It took place back in the 70s or 80s. This big uh, murder and all this nonsense. I'll give away spoilers, but if you know the story about the Gucci's, it's not really spoilers, I guess. But I didn't know any of this stuff, and I'm not sure why I didn't know it. Maybe I just didn't remember it. So it was all new to me. I had no idea what was going to happen, and I thoroughly enjoyed this film. It was very colorful, beautiful locations, beautiful clothes, beautiful interiors, and I have to say that Lady Gaga, she is a very good actress. She fulfilled the promise that she displayed, in my opinion, in A Star Is Born a couple of years ago. She was very good in that, and she was very good in this completely different kind of part. I'm not a big fan of Lady. Well, I'm not a fan of Lady Gaga at all. As far as her pop music career, I couldn't even tell you the names of any of her songs really, and I don't care about her image that much. Having survived 40 years of Madonna, why should I go through it all again with Lady Gaga? But she is a very talented lady. She has a great voice. She's a good musician, and she is a very, very good actress. So I'm impressed. And Adam Driver is one of my favorite actors of this day. To me, he can do no wrong. Jared Leto takes the top acting honors in this film. He is fantastic. And we also have Jeremy Irons, Al Pacino, both still very powerful actors. Pacino still has the old fire, man. He's got it. Even though he's, what is he, 80 years old now? He is very, very good. So I had a great time watching House of Gucci. I didn't know what to expect from the story or any from any of the performers, but I was very pleasantly surprised. So high recommendation. Next, I went to see the new West Side Story, and I'm not going to call it a remake because it's not. Really, it's not a remake of the 1961 film. That's the way everybody, myself included, have been talking about it. As they remade the old film. What they did was make another adaptation of the stage play from 1957. So there were some things that were different, and I loved it. I wasn't expecting to like it. Now, I knew I was going to enjoy hearing the music again because I love the musical score for this show. Every song is just beautiful, especially Something's Coming and Tonight and Maria. I mean, just beautiful music, right? Uh, uh, there's a place for us. Wow. So they took it back to the sensibilities, as far as I can tell, because I've read something about West Side Story and the things they changed from the stage play for the original film. And they took some of the dialogue, the words from the songs back to the way they were in the play that they had to censor and change for the first film. So they don't have to do that now. So um, I thought it was terrific. I really, really was moved by it. Was it better than the 1961 film? No, it was different. It was different in many ways. They opened it up beautifully, and I just was very impressed. Was the music and the singing and the dancing better? No, it was different. It was vibrant. It was alive. Uh, I can't say enough about these young actors and actresses. I have no idea who these people are. Ansel Elgort played Tony. Rachel Zegler played Maria. Ariana DeBose played Anita. David Alvarez played Bernardo. And Mike Faist played Riff. And then we have the only recognizable name in the cast, Rita Moreno, who played Anita in the original film and won an Academy Award for her performance, played a new character called Valentina. Now, if you remember in the original film, there was a hangout, a place called Docks, where the Jets would hang out. Right, that was their meeting place. It was run by a guy named Doc, and this time the Jets are still at Doc's, but Doc is no longer alive. So his widow Valentina is running Doc's, and it's a beautiful character because Doc, who was not Latino, married a Latina. So she is sort of bridging the gap between two cultures and very much loved by the Jets. It's a great characterization. Um, if you're not moved by, sorry, I'm going to tear up here. If you're not moved by Rita Moreno's performance, especially toward the end of the film, and when she sings "There's a Place for Us," then you have a heart of stone, and you're no longer breathing. But I thought it was wonderful. All these actors and actresses, I guess they all did their own singing, as opposed to the ones in the original film. I still love the original film. I will always love it. It's magic to me. But this one stands completely on its own as a great work of art. And I understand that it's not doing very well. It's already being called a box office failure. And that's too bad because I think people should see it. It's really beautiful. All right. Now, the third movie I saw it last night, is Nightmare Alley, which is also not a remake of this classic 1947 film noir, but it's based on the same novel. Nightmare Alley was the title of the novel, written by a guy named William Lindsay Graham. So yeah, here we go, Mike. Guillermo del Toro, the director, went back to the novel. Instead of remaking the film, he's doing another adaptation of the novel. So we have Bradley Cooper, Kate Blanchett. Wow, great actors in this one. Tony Collette, Willem Dafoe, Richard Jenkins, Rooney Mara, Ron Perlman, Mary Steenburgen, and David Strathairn. Wow, great actors in this. It's all about this carnival barker named Stanton Carlyle, who is a brilliant sort of doing this act where he's supposed to be a mentalist. He can read people's minds, but of course it's all a trick. But he's so good at it that he starts to find ways to make more money at it, and he's just a totally amoral character. And the way Tyrone Power played it in the original is a classic performance. The original had people like Tyrone Power, Joan Blondell, Colleen Gray, Helen Walker, Taylor Holmes, Mike Mazurki, Ian Keith. I watched that last night after I got home from watching the new film, and thoroughly enjoyed it again. I've seen it many times, but the new film is much longer. It's about 150. Well, it is 150 minutes long, whereas the original was only 111 minutes long. Still kind of a long movie, but it opens up the story very much, adds many things. And well, I've never read the novel, so I maybe everything that it was so-called added to the story was in the original novel. I don't know, but all I can say is they did a beautiful job. It was very dark, very impressive the way it looked, and Bradley Cooper was terrific. It's a slow burn, very slow because it's 150 minutes long, and in a way, I was thinking that it was too long, but as it got toward the climax, it was very exciting, and the ending was incredible. So I don't want to give a lot away. I don't know how well this is doing at the box office, quite frankly, but if it's around where you are and if it's still playing, try to catch it. It's something you should see on the big screen. Everybody is terrific. And again, it doesn't negate the power of this, which I still love, always will, but it's a very good film. So I had three great experiences at the movies, and who knows? I may go out again someday. But I'll probably skip the Spider-Man film. Sorry, I know that's blasphemy to a lot of you, but um, When I left the theater last night, the lobby was filling up with Spider-Man freaks, so I may have to lay low for a while. Okay. Let me know what you think. Comments are welcome.